If you want to make enemy follow your player in Unity, this tutorial is for you. Start by adding enemy sprites. Import new asset and load the sprites. Set the sprite mode to multiple. For some reason, Unity has automatically sliced the sprites in my project, but if it doesn't, you need to do this. Go to Slice and make sure that the slice type is automatic, and click the Slice button. So here's what you get. Alright, now let's import the sprites into the scene. You should drag the first few sprites into the scene. If the sprites are blank, select the first 4 sprites. This will automatically create an animation clip. In my sprite sheet, there are 5 sprites of every character, so for that reason I will add the 5th sprite. And make sure to slow down the animation, because 1 frame is too fast. You should do it like this. And make sure to do it with all enemies. Be careful not to select the wrong sprite. The reason why there are 3 enemies instead of 1 is because you want to have random selection of enemies, not just one same enemy every time. Make sure to put box collider, rigid body and an enemy tag for every enemy object. Okay, let's make a C# script that will randomly spawn the enemies. Since Unity 6.2, you have to select the location for script. I will choose the default location. Here is the script. In order to make enemies follow the player in Unity, these 2 components are important: public float speed and public transform player. In void start, it is important to tell the script to find game object with tag player, and the reference to the player's transform component is also important. In void update, check if the player isn't null to avoid null reference exception errors. Inside the if statement, these 2 lines are important. Vector to direction, which normalizes the player position along with the enemy's transform position. And the second line tells the transform position equals move towards. It consists of these 3 components: transform position of the enemy object, player position of the player object, and speed, which is a value that is multiplied with Time.deltaTime. These 3 components move the enemy towards player and multiply the movement with speed value. Save the script and go back to Unity. Make sure to set the speed value and drag the player. In this project it is called triangle. Make sure to assign the player tag to the player. Add rigid body 2D and box collider to the enemy in order to detect collisions. Now try to play the game. Try to change the transform position. Try to move the player, and as you can see, the enemy is moving towards its position. Great job! Let's make the enemies randomly spawn on the screen. Make sure to add rigid body and box collider to all enemies that this project will have. Assign the enemy follow script to all enemies and add a new empty game object that will have its own script, enemy generator. To make the enemy generator script, you need these components: the enemies, the minimum and maximum x and y values, and time. Instead of using int, I would recommend you to use float to prevent issues that cannot convert float to int. In void start, it is required to start coroutine that will generate the enemies. The I enumerator will be called spawn enemies and will be used for spawning enemies at a certain time. The time will use the time to update value and will be put inside a while loop. This loop will check when the current enemy number is smaller than the max enemy number. So you also have to add these components. Before anything happens inside the loop, this line is important. Yield return new, wait for seconds. Why is this important? Because putting the line that says wait for seconds outside the while loop will cause bugs, and it's important to avoid them. This line will be put after any condition, so it comes as the last line in the while loop. The while loop needs to have these two lines: vector2 spawn position and instantiate. The first line tells the script to create a local variable that will collect these values, the minimum and maximum x and y values. You put them inside new vector2, in which the first part is x and the second part is y value. The second line, instantiate, is used to instantiate an enemy from an array. It will be a random range from enemy min to enemy max. The reason why you also need these two values, which are the integers, is because if you put a number like 0 to 3, you will get the out of range exception while playing the game. So the next part of the brackets contains the local variable, spawn position and quaternion identity, which will set the default rotation of the spawned object. To ensure that the enemy count will constantly increase, add the enemy count plus plus line of code, and do the same with total enemies. Save the script and go back to Unity. It is important to assign some minimum and maximum values and the enemies to the array. Make sure to drag the enemies to make prefabs. I have already added them in the prefabs folder. So, when I try to play this game, I have realized that sometimes the enemies are spawned outside the screen. It might be because of some x minimum and y minimum values, but to fix that, it's important to go back to the script and add camera main inside void start. Vector2 screen bounds, cam screen to world point. In this context, camera is called cam, and screen to world point contains new vector, screen width and screen height. Now you should use the xmin and xmax values to define screen bounds. Plus 1f for xmin, but minus screen bounds. Screen bounds x minus 1f for xmax. Do the same for y values, and put the start coroutine after those values. Save the script and go back to Unity. Let's try to play the game to see if the enemy generation is working. It's working. Perfect. But I only want to add one more thing. To destroy the enemies when they touch the player, and to shoot the enemies. This can be done simply in the enemy follow script. As you can see, I have already added the if collision game object tag player, and the bullet game object tag is the next tag that you should add. Alright, the bullet will increase the points while the player will reduce the health. Perfect. The enemies are now being shot, and they also destroy when they touch your player. If you want more tutorials for both Unity and Blender, consider subscribing and I will bring more tutorials in the future. So stay tuned and have a good day.